was awesome.
Welcome to the first edition of Extra Butter for 2019. We start off with the movie that pretty much led the end of 2018. Some call it DC's finest movie since Wonder Woman. Others call it Momoa-rific. I think that's the case with these ladies. Hi, can I borrow your popcorn? We're going to be talking about that pretty much exclusively. A half hour dedicated to the movie that won the box office, Aquaman. It's me and these guys. Aquaman, why are we still talking about it early into the next year?
I can give you 6 reasons.
Yeah?
Jason Momoa's six-pack.
Yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, I agree.
Yeah?
His tattoos and long hair. He's dreamy.
He is, right? Do you think so?
There are a lot of misconceptions about him, many of which you're going to read on Wikipedia. At least
Yes.
that's what I found when I sat down to talk to him. Take a look. Hey, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too.
Congrats on this.
Thank you very much.
I don't want to screw this up. Joseph Jason Namakoha Momoa.
Almost.
Ah, nuts! What did I get wrong?
Namakaeha.
Namakaeha. And what does it mean?
Kind of like four visions, so kind of like seeing beyond what's in front of you, 4 times, so it's kind of a all-seeing eye kind of thing.
I put it out on Facebook just moments ago to ask you some questions, and overwhelmingly people are asking the typical, do you do your own stunts?
I'm not.
What?
Surprisingly, this is the first thing I've ever done. Like JL, I did all my own stunts.
Sure.
There's so much. There's 15, 20 times as many stunts in this. There's so much action that we'd have to be prepping Sicily while we're doing the gladiator fight or the end fight. So there's an action. There was a stuntman ahead of us.
Right.
And then there's someone on set with me all the time, but you can't do it all. If it's on a wide shot, you can't see me. I'm like, if I get injured, it's just, there's so much. So I've never had another guy move for me until this movie. So, I mean, 65% of the stuff, but anytime I'm going through a wall and getting the crap beat out of me, insurance-wise, you just can't.
I don't blame you.
I get my butt kicked the whole movie, so that's generally, maybe I'll say 60% of the stunts I do, maybe.
Right, we got to have you for some more movies.
Yeah.
All right, rapid round of questions. True or false, you once moved to Paris to paint pastel paintings?
No, it's totally, Wikipedia sucks.
Okay, so then you did not live with Tibetan monks?
No, no.
All right. You didn't take your dreadlocks off because they gave you headaches at one point?
Nope.
You love Aquaman and think it's one of the best movies ever made?
Yep.
I just needed something positive. I ain't gonna lie, a little intimidated by that guy. Could you tell a little bit there?
I mean,
You held it together.
I tried to
You
hold it
look
together.
good. You look confident.
You look spiffy like always, but you can see the intimidation. You were vibrating with a little insecurity.
He was glowing from the sweat.
I think anybody here of reasonable mind and sanity would probably abort the cause trying to get down those Wikipedia facts earlier than I did.
Yeah, but you're a go-getter. I like it.
Yeah.
I like your method.
I think he was intimidated by you.
That's I like you. That's why you're here.
Okay, that's what I think.
By the way, let's meet everybody. In case you don't know, Lance Woods. By the way, this weekend he's going to be playing big time at the Arlington Improv.
Arlington
And where do
Improv.
we find you on social media?
Lance Woods on Instagram, Twitter, Sir Lance Woods, Facebook, Lance Woods, Snapchat, Sexual Charcoal.
No. Moving right along.
Craigslist.
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
No, I'm just kidding. That's where you can find me. Just kidding, people. You can find me at Kelly Savannah Deaton. Easy enough.
All right.
You can find me at Maria Gloria on all socials.
Got it. Complain to me at TV Marcus Allen. All right, so we are dedicating pretty much this half hour to Aquaman. I knew it was going to be a big opening movie. I, however, did not see that it was going to surpass Wonder Woman. Did you see this coming?
I didn't see it coming, honestly, because of the way that they redid it. I did expect the fan base to go, but I didn't expect it to be continuously a box office hit like
Right.
it's been.
I agree with you. I think it's as big as it is because of the cast, for one. It's phenomenal, right? And the CGI, even if you're not a fan of comic book movies, you have to appreciate what they did.
Every time a comic book movie comes out, I expect it to be the biggest one. They keep out, it's like the Super Bowl. They keep outdoing the ratings from the last one. So every time a new one comes out, I say, oh, here's the biggest movie of all time again.
Yep. It is the biggest movie. It's not without its cheesy moments, people. I mean, like
Let's
I said,
keep it real.
They're riding the great white sharks, and then they're riding seahorses, and they're like, you know, and the hair's billowing. I can't. It's just hilarious. But that kind of goes with the character of Aquaman, does it not?
Exactly.
A little bit of cheesiness.
Exactly. You can't do comic book movies without a lot of cheese. Like you can. You got to do it right. I think it's a staple of the genre in itself.
I liked Wonder Woman because I didn't think it took itself quite as serious as this movie movie did throughout. Like, it had its moments, but this, it keeps trying to take itself a little bit too seriously.
It does, and what holds it together time and time again is Jason Momoa. So you have all these critics saying, oh, this movie was terrible, or it wasn't what it was supposed to be, but they still love Jason Momoa. So he held his own. He's the reason people are seeing this.
I wanted to see more black people underwater.
Why didn't we see more of that?
They was trying to keep it realistic, but this is a comic book, so you have the ability to use your imagination. I want to see. They should have had the whole Black Panther cast underwater.
Well, why can't Wakanda have like an underwater section?
That would be a totally different movie. Maybe we'll get that put into committee.
Let's get that writing.
What do we think about Amber Heard's character getting her own movie? Hold your thoughts. When we come back, I'll sit down with Amber Heard and why she's making headlines in good and bad ways right about now. Hey, welcome back to Extra Butter. It's our first Extra Butter of 2019, and we're hanging out talking about Aquaman because it is the #1 movie at the box office right now, leading into 2019.
Not surprising, all that action.
I'm so surprised.
I am very surprised.
Why are you guys surprised? Because you thought it was super cheesy.
I did.
I thought there'd be some Mary Poppins people dragging it down. All right, I got a bomb to drop. Most people didn't realize this. I should have known about it. Good thing I don't have my own movie show and should know such things. Mary Poppins star Julie Andrews is in Aquaman.
No, she is not.
No, it's true.
I don't believe
She's
you.
the voice. You know the big, giant, evil, mythological creature, the Kraken? Kraken.
Kraken.
I am the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
She's the voice of the Kraken.
Wait,
Back me up, Lance Woods.
way.
Here we go.
What you got on
The
there?
LA Times. Yes, that's Julia Andrews you're hearing in Aquaman. The writers explain how they made it happen.
See?
No way.
How did no one bring that up really in more publications? Because Mary Poppins against Aquaman.
I think suppressed a little bit, maybe by at least one of the studios. I don't know.
Is that Julie Andrews' way of saying, like, I don't know about Mary Poppins, let's go with Aquaman?
But she did fully endorse the new Mary
Did
Poppins.
she, though?
I guess we will never know.
That's the
This is
sequel.
scandalous.
The
is a
sequel
good
is Mary
fact.
Poppins versus Aquaman.
Yeah. Who would
There you
win?
go. Mary
I'm
Poppins.
taking Mary Poppins.
Thank you very much. Yes.
There you go.
I'd say
I'm
yeah.
taking Mary Poppins.
She's more crafty.
I saw the way Emily Blunt handled herself in A Quiet Place. So I think that version of Mary Poppins, I think you're on, man.
Yeah.
I think you're on.
Definitely.
All right, speaking of strong ladies, Amber Heard is amazing in this
Amber
movie.
Heard.
What do you think about her character having her own movie?
I love her. I think her character does deserve her own movie, and I'm not just saying that in a sympathetic way, because she is kind of still getting it from the Golden Globes guys. She did do a huge
still?
snafu. Oh
Even
yeah.
after Sunday?
Oh yeah. She mispronounced the name.
Darren Criss. She said Daniel Criss.
And
who
yeah.
won for the assassination of Gianni Versace.
How could you mispronounce Daniel Chris's name?
Yeah.
I know.
And that's the one thing you don't want to do it in a award show. You got to get the name
Like this
right.
ain't this is Daniel Chris. Like this ain't a regular person.
It's not like Travolta when he mispronounced Adina Menzel. Right.
No,
Adina Menzel.
Darren Criss. That's it.
Yeah.
Darren Criss.
Not Daniel.
But we still
I've
love you,
been
Amber.
pronouncing it the whole time. Okay. All right.
Well, I had
I
to
guess
say-
it could happen.
That begs the question: who is Darren Chris?
Right?
Good question. I had a chance to sit down with her during Kinder Times. Take a look. Nice to see you.
Really nice to see you too.
Nice work in this.
Thank you.
So what's going through your head after the months, the weeks, everything it took to prepare for this, and then last night you're on the biggest screen in North America about to appear for everyone?
You know, that thought occurred to me after when I was in the car and someone reminded me that my face was, me was going to be on the biggest screen in North America. And I thought, should I be more nervous about this?
Right.
But it's exciting. It's so exciting to be a part of this movie. People are so excited about it. People are loving it. It makes me really excited because I loved it, and I love what our movie says. I love how it says it. I love what we are able to do and accomplish in this film, and how many things we're able to incorporate, and the kind of character that we can create, the kind of characters we all actually are playing, are important characters for people to see. In my case, Mira is an important, bad, fierce, empowered, strong character, a strong superhero in our own right.
Yeah.
Who also happens to be a woman. Thank you. We need more of them. We need a lot more of them, and I'm really happy that I can play a character that will be a small part of hopefully a bigger change.
Amen. And someone said, I was so mad they brought it up last night because I wanted to bring it up now. This needs to be a movie. She needs to be a movie.
Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. I agree.
Write that down, Warner Brothers. Someone listening right now, make that happen.
Exactly. I think, but it's so cool to see how many people are saying this, how many people sit here in this and say this to me, come up to me and say exactly that to me. And I think it's funny because to me that's exciting because I love the character. I think we need a lot more of them out there, like meaning more female superheroes out there in general. But also it's exciting because it's indicative to me of a bigger change and change in attitude that is encouraging.
She is lovely and talented, despite mispronouncing a name. But I mean, argue that a lot of our audience, a great portion of the movie-going audience, doesn't watch Gianni Versace, the assassination of Gianni Versace.
It's such a good show. But you know what I love about her? And I'm surprised she mispronounced that name because she is a bookworm. You guys heard this story, right? On set, she said Jason Momoa is allergic to being ignored. So he'd be like, hey, hang out with me, hang out with me. And she would read in between takes. He took all her books, ripped out the last 30 pages, so that way she would pay attention to him, and she couldn't figure out what happened. Do you know how annoying?
Coming from a bookworm,
yes.
I would smack somebody.
That
I would
sounds like a lawsuit to take somebody's book.
Exactly. Taking take after take after take, getting ready to read your book, finish that novel, and to have.
Amber Heard, I think, like he said, you may have a case. I have an attorney that'll answer your questions in confidence and free of charge. Please call 1-800.
I know if somebody took all my books, they wouldn't have took any books.
That's why I love their chemistry, though. Amber Heard and Jason have some legitimate chemistry going on. Off screen, on screen, the whole screen. We love them.
Yeah, I think Lisa Bonet might have some answers to that.
Oh, no, this isn't Brad and Angelina. They're stronger than that.
Good point.
Jason Momoa and his wife are solid.
Good point. Good point.
Okay. Not married to a black woman, I see.
Say about that. Hey, you know who also has great chemistry in this movie? Not so much, but I have to throw out some kind of segue into this. Patrick Wilson.
Yes.
Every good superhero movie's got to have a bad guy. He is that person. We'll talk to him next. And welcome back. It is Extra Butter. It is our first show of 2019. Still talking about 2018 because I guess Aquaman just won't stop.
No.
Yeah, they just crowned Jason Momoa as the king of the DC universe, people.
I can't believe it beat Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was such a better movie.
I know.
I have to agree with that, but then again, I feel like the fan base for Aquaman was just waiting so much for this movie, and like I said, because they did it in such a different way, it pulled in a larger audience.
And I still can't swim.
And that may weigh into the box office maybe down the road.
You know, if they had this movie playing underwater, then I'd never see it.
We should get you some lessons.
Yeah.
Maybe Jason Momoa can teach you.
I don't want him touching me.
Super Amber Heard. Patrick Wilson.
That's what
we had this big debate. What is it about Patrick Wilson that, like, 9 out of 10 I could walk through them on, I could hold up Patrick Wilson's headshot, and 9 out of 10 people would go, oh, it's that guy. Nobody would go, oh, that's Patrick Wilson.
I don't know how, because he's in the Insidious movies, he's
Sure.
in The Conjuring. He just has one of those, like, you always say this, and I feel so bad repeating it, but you always say he's like vanilla Costco ice cream.
Yes.
Good,
You
but
know
not amazing.
Exactly. You know who told me this? This is Joe Carnahan. We have a mutual friend, famous filmmaker Joe Carnahan. He also, I know Patrick through him because my friend who co-wrote my movie,
Stretch.
Apparition, wrote Stretch, which Joe did with Patrick. We talked about that a little bit. But Joe always calls him the Costco vanilla ice cream of actors because no one will ever go, oh, this is horrible ice cream from Costco.
No?
But no one will ever go, oh, this is fantastic
You're
ice cream.
happy to get the ice cream, but you don't, like, seek it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With that said,
Poor
we
Patrick.
talked. Take a look.
Yeah, no kidding. That guy and his Twitter. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So we were just talking about our mutual friend Joe Carnahan.
Yes, follow him on Twitter. Get a good laugh.
Wait, if you follow him on Twitter, by friends I mean acquaintances.
That's right.
So what did you learn in Stretch that you applied to Aquaman?
Yes, old Stretch. Man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Moving
Nothing
on.
at all.
Moving on. Check the gate. I haven't talked to a single actor that likes watching themselves on screen. They go, oh, they used that take, or I should have hit that mark, or the lighting.
Right,
but with this, to look at it and go, oh, like you said, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
What's the scene that surprised you the most?
It's usually normal scenes of, and I say normal, not huge stunt scenes, just scenes where you're literally like this, where you're just talking and flying around the room, acting like you're swimming. That's what I like to watch and go, okay, it looks good. We pulled it off.
Super nice guy there. I describe him the way my mom would describe people of his nature. He's pleasant.
He's very pleasant.
Very
He's
pleasant.
a lovely person.
Yeah.
He's a lovely person.
Mild-mannered.
Demure.
Demure. There we go.
All right. Off and on, I guess, on the record. I think one of my biggest issues with this movie, and I like this movie, don't get me wrong, but I think, like, I don't buy him as that kind of villain.
No, he's just, because he's like Costco vanilla ice cream. It's hard. He wasn't, some of his lines too, where he's like yelling at the crowd and stuff, it just seemed kind of forced.
Yeah, I feel like he could be the villain maybe in like a Wall Street movie. I can kind of see him as a bad guy there.
Good call, financial, yeah.
Something like that. But in a DC movie, we're expecting a certain type of villain. I don't think he has that in him.
I guess I see what you're saying. He kind of has that slimy quality, like
yeah.
You got kind of a more untrustworthy vibe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Back to Jason Momoa. You brought show and tell. I love what you were just showing me.
Look, because I was so disgusted by keep seeing his sexiness all over the place.
Right.
I like this picture right here. They did the Moana thing with him when they
still kind of sexy.
I know, that's never mind.
No, I love it. Wait. Speaking of that though, get that picture up. See, that is not how Jason Momoa looked like. Him and Patrick Wilson had a constant battle because Patrick was always trying to gain and bulk up.
Yeah.
And he'd eat all these potatoes and chicken and meat.
Yeah.
And then Jason was trying to slim down because half of the movie he's like shirtless.
Yeah.
Thank you. And sorry. Wipe the drool off your face about Jason. Anyway, so he had to eat tuna poke, is that what you call it? Like little tiny little fish meals.
Yeah.
While Patrick was able to like stuff his face with potatoes and chicken, and Jason's over there just miserable with life. So
like
Patrick
his
would
leaf
rub
of
it
kale.
his leaf of kale. Patrick would rub it in his face constantly.
I would just never do anything to anger Jason Momoa.
Oh, he's
true,
so
though.
big and
He looks like a kind of guy. He looks like a happy-go-lucky guy who will break your neck in a heartbeat.
You wouldn't do anything to anger him? You mean like ask him repeatedly about rumors on Wikipedia?
Yeah, let's not DVR back. All right, coming up in a moment, the guy who brought me my favorite horror movie universe of all time, James Wan, joins us next. Welcome back. It is Extra Butter. We are starting out 2019 by talking about the movie that wrapped up 2018 #1. This may be the last weekend we really have to talk about Aquaman. I have a feeling it's going to topple soon. What do you think?
I do too. I think it's ridden its wave.
It's done.
Aquaman is about to drown.
But he can swim underwater, or he can breathe underwater.
But that's the, you know.
I got you. He
All
can
right.
still drown.
Yeah, you never know. Starting to get dehydrated. All right. Hey, the guy who, if there is anything good to really love about Aquaman, in the moments where I can see James Wan's signature in it, it's because of him. Like that opening battle sequence with Nicole Kidman, amazing, and it has James Wan written all over it.
Yes, and she kicks some major people, Nicole Kidman. And the other scene where all the 7 seas are all coming together, and that's when they're riding the sharks and the random sea creatures, that has James Wan all over it too.
I love this guy's work from the get-go. I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring universe. So if you look
Fast and the Furious?
Saw.
Yeah.
Insidious, it goes on and on and on.
My problem with Fast and the Furious is they never stop to get gas.
That's true.
They
They're always driving, and nobody's on E.
Wouldn't that be awesome to see them just, wait, I gotta fill up,
I gotta fill up. Come on, let me get 20 on pump 6.
I'm not a big car guy, but I don't think they were driving hybrids.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see one Prius in
They
the
were
Fast and
always
the Furious.
going fast.
I want to see a gas-efficient race.
Right?
How about that?
Next time, write this down. Write this down. So far, you've watched like 5 different movies just sitting here at this table.
You know, I'm not. You know what? Hollywood, you see it. Just give me my producer credit. That's all I want.
All right. I'm going to take you next time I talk to James Wan. I talked to him previous to this sit down about this.
Aquaman was a huge part of my childhood, and you did not F it up. It is amazing.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad you said that. Good. Very good to hear.
This movie, when we see the flashback scenes and we see Jason as a young boy, I'm thinking, wow, I'm watching this movie. I feel like that. I feel like I'm a kid again watching this movie.
Well, I mean, you know, that really was what I wanted to capture. I wanted to capture that feeling, you know, of what it was like when you were a kid, you know, and looking up at sort of superhero movies like this. I remember what it was like, you know, watching Christopher Reeve's take off for the first time in Superman, right? And that sort of wish fulfillment quality was something I really wanted this movie to have. You know, that sense of wonderment.
What Spielberg was to my childhood, you pretty much represent in my adult life. All my favorite movies you're bringing. The Conjuring series, specifically Conjuring 2, one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm wondering, if you look at the budget of that, like a movie where that other guy is saying, yeah, try to keep it down about $1 million. What's the difference between, and what's the same about making a movie at that level as opposed to Warner Brothers saying, spend billions, whatever it takes?
Well, it wasn't billions, first and foremost. Let me clarify that.
All right.
No, this is what I say to that is, you know, it kind of doesn't really matter for me, you know, what genre I make my movies in or what scale my movies are made in. Storytelling, at the end of the day, is storytelling.
That guy is awesome, and I'll go back to it. I like his simpler movies. I'd rather see his movies who makes for like $1.5 million than $175 million.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he took a leap and did this. You know,
That's right.
I like to see variety. I like to see what you can do, even if it's not your best. The fact that you tried, I respect it.
Especially when Zack Snyder's the one that originally cast Jason Momoa back in, like, what, 2012?
Yeah, back in the day.
Right? That's kind of intimidating to step on and be like, okay, I'm going to take your character and put it this way.
Right.
You know, so good job, James.
I'm
Good
still
job.
stuck on $175 million. If somebody gave me $170 million to film a movie, I would film it on my phone and I would keep $170 million.
Right?
That's smart.
It's the new Hollywood, born right here at this table. I can't wait to see it. Can you stick around?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, when we come back next week, we'll be talking about Black Panther. In the meantime, Lance Woods, thank you very much for joining us.
Hey,
playing
you,
at the
people.
Arlington Improv this weekend. And
This
where can we
weekend.
find you online?
Social media, Instagram Lance Woods, Twitter Sir Lance Woods, Facebook Lance Woods, Snapchat, we said we're not going to talk about that again.
Tinder.
Tinder?
Oh, swipe right.
All right.
Wait.
Swipe right for a good night.
Bumble, Grindr,
Bumble,
you're on all
Grind,
of them?
I'm on everything. Christian Mingle, J-Date,
Farmers
Farmers
Unite,
Only,
Farmers
Black
Unite.
people meet, white people meet, mixed people meet.
We only have 20 more seconds left in
Oh,
credits.
oh.
So Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Kelly Savannah Deaton. And I'm not on Tinder.
Maria Gloria.
All right, farmersonly.com for sure. And follow me at TV Market Sound. We'll talk to you next week. We're talking all Black Panther because it won the year 2018. Have a good one.